Okay, after I finished this trip, that happened in August. I went home to my mother's for 2 weeks, and I stayed with her. And then I came back and I went into a 3.5-month support recovery house called Turning Point, which is based in Vancouver. And a support recovery house is a house where you live in with other addicts. You're basically allowed to come and go as you please. There are a few house meetings that you must attend. And you must go to one AANACA meeting a night outside of the house. And you can't work, you can't have a job. But it's all about getting you set up with a support network, and a place to live and that kind of thing, while you're getting over your addiction. And basically it gets people into the program, the NA, because you're required to go to NAAA meetings. Right. So these are all very 12-step based programs. When I was, I found this recovery house very helpful to me, for sure. Being with other addicts, being able to share my experiences with other addicts, listening to their experiences, to how to cope.
There's probably a difficulty for you in smoking pot. Most ex-addicts smoke pot to take the edge off, to reduce
very
anxiety.
Big. And I see, you're on a restriction for the first 10 days you're there. So I didn't smoke pot for 10 days, but I smoked pot almost every day afterwards. And no one knew the difference. And I wasn't smoking it every day, all day, and stuff like that, but I smoked it quite often. And pot for me, is more of a therapeutic tool.
Well, let's ask the tough question: can pot under these lead you back into hard drug use? Is there?
No, not for me.
So pot doesn't reactivate the cravings, the needs, or any of those things. Like most ex-addicts on methadone seem to smoke pot, and a variety of other ex-addicts, if only to calm down.
Right. For me, if I do heroin and I smoke pot afterwards, pot makes me very aware of myself, and it makes me feel bad because I've done the heroin. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Pot really allows me to keep myself in check with who I am and my morals almost, I find it very spiritually guiding in that respect. Okay. It's very hard to talk about that. It's very hard to talk about things like Ibogaine around these people because they don't know what it is, and it kind of will cause a ruckus in the house too if you bring it up. So I was not able to share my experiences about Ibogaine while I was there, and I really wish I could have been able to.
So you're saying too, is once an addict, always an addict, even when you're not using. You've always got that you're aware that you have the capability of returning that drug. So you have to be willful and determined not to.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's all about changing your life too. I mean, I can remember thinking, last year, oh my God, I'm going to be thinking about drugs every single day. I'm always going to be craving. I'm always going to be thinking about them. But today that's not the case. Today I've found other things. Like I'm not at this conference right now with you people because I am sailing. Today is the first start of our winter race season, and that is my passion. I grew up sailing as a child, and that is something that I have introduced back into my life to help me.
You experienced that, and that's right. So you've got to replace the drug high, or the drug endorphin, dopamine, with exercise, which releases endorphins, with activities that keep the brain occupied. That aren't stimulation, not TV, not video games, but doing things, constructive things, going forward, building your self-esteem through creative activities that go places.
Exactly.
So you're loving the sailing, I take it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and that's been a passion for how long?
Since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Since I was born, I've been sailing. I also took up martial arts. That was another thing that I was very, very excited about. And it's also a discipline of the mind too. So that was something that I was able to incorporate it that way.
By the way, did you get issues out with your mother? Were you able to have this conversation that you've been wanting to have, or?
Well, I'm still working on that. It's sort of come to I've sort of maybe resolved the fact that I'm going to write a letter for it, because it might be easier for the both of us to say what we need to say in the very beginning.
So where are you today? How do you see your prospects?
Today I'm really happy with what's going on in my life, and I'm yeah, sometimes it's really hard. I have days where I come home and I'm so tired and frustrated. My day's gone so bad, and there's nothing more that I would like to do than to get some heroin for sure. But I stay close to home in this case. I usually really try to hunker down. I try to make sure there's someone around me. All of my I am so fortunate in my addiction that my friends are not users of hard drugs. And when I came out and told them all, they were all like, "Oh my God, I had no idea," kind of thing. But everyone was very supportive and very loving, and I just
after
thank
the general
you.
freak out.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, not even. I was really surprised. People sort of were even, wow, yeah, I guess, yeah, it's weird, but yeah, support has been a really huge thing for me for sure, and it was also something that really motivated me to want to be clean. Was looking at their lives and being envious. Oh my God, they wake up every day and they're not sick. Like, how great is that? How great is it to go through a day and not crave drugs? Oh my God, like I couldn't even imagine that. I thought I was destined to be on methadone for the rest of my life. I had resolved to that fact. Yeah, I'm going to be on this drug forever because of where it's taken me, what I've done. That's, yep.
So what do you endorse about the Ibogaine therapy?
Well, I have this little proposal thing that I have written down.
Yeah, this is your vision. If you were in charge of helping addicts kick, this is what you'd like to see.
Yes. I would like to see a self-supporting commune-style treatment farm that is based somewhere out kind of in the boondocks.
Clean air, hard work, exercise,
yep.
That's what you're looking at? Yeah.
Yep. And basically you're going to be growing our own vegetables, growing some fruits, herbs.
No pizza.
Yeah, really. Oh no, homemade pizzas.
Homemade pizza.
Homemade pizza.
But end of the fast food for these people.
Oh, totally.
That's an important thing. Nutrition too, because
nutrition is huge.
By now, probably an addict over time learns to eat poorly.
Yeah, and most people are dealing with issues like hepatitis C, HIV, tuberculosis, even.
So they need to be even more.
Exactly. So, especially people who are hepatitis C positive, I met while I was in recovery, are trying to get money to get vitamins, because vitamins aren't prescribed by doctors. Mm-hmm. So they can't even get vitamins because their welfare doesn't give them money for it. And that's one of the most essential things that they need. So yeah, growing all the herbs, growing pot as well. And it would be about a 4 to 6 month stay at this place for most people.
And do you think people need 4 to 6 months?
I think you need for some people, a lot of people down here, you think about how long they've been doing this for.
She's referring to the downtown east
yes.
side.
I've been doing this for 12 years. Well, 11, 12, I did it for 11, 12 years. And, I'm going to get over that in 30 days.
Yeah, you don't think that's a likely prospect?
Well,
there are no quick cures for addiction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly. So 4 to 6 months stay. You've got sort of a compound thing happening with different stages of houses, so that you have different people coming in at different times. Some people pay, of course, if they can't. Others who can't pay can maybe do more work, possibly getting government contracts for welfare money. Maybe their welfare check can go for their lodging and stuff like that. Proper nutrition is, like I was saying before, so huge. Even being in Turning Point, which apparently has really good food, you're still dealing with food like frozen foods, lots of oils, lots of starches, not a lot if you're a vegetarian, and just not really learning about good food.